Hey, guys and gals, and welcome back to the 3BPODCAST, Episode 5 with Braden, Ben, and special guest Henry. On today's episode, we will talk about the NFL, the NBA, and a little bit about March Madness, as well as the Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal event that took place outside a restaurant last night. But anyways, so guys, Henry, Ben, how y'all been past week? How's things going?
Go from spring break, so that's been that week was needed. School's been getting hefty.
I feel that.
So it's good to be refreshed, revamped, and back at it.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, about the same note. It was fun while it lasted. I guess I'm glad to be back. I'd rather go back to spring break.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Well, my spring break was not like y'all, and it was not spent at the beach. Mine was spent at home. I went and saw the fam for a little bit, went and hung out with some friends back at home. So, but glad y'all had fun. I guess we're back in the full swing of things. Braden, again, couldn't make it, so we got special guest Henry. I mean, we've kind of talked to Henry. Are you down to just start making this like an official thing, or you just kind of come in and join the fam?
Hey, I'm special guest as long as possible, okay?
Special guest.
I enjoy my special guest role. It's a fun time. But I'll do it. I'm free at this time anyways. Why
okay.
not?
All right, cool. But okay, yeah, let's hop into it. So we've got some big NFL news that's kind of been taking place. So actually breaking news about an hour ago, we had Tyreke Hill. He was traded to the Dolphins for some picks. This came out of absolute nowhere. I mean, I can't be the only person that thinks that. All I know is apparently contract conversations, they stalled. Mm-hmm. And because of contract, can you fix that camera a little bit, Ben? See if you can fix it to where it's straight. But, yeah, apparently the contract negotiations stalled, so instead of just keeping it going and trying to your face in the corner was funny. But instead of keeping it going and trying to work it out with Tyreke, they decided they were just going to trade him to the Dolphins, which kind of really surprised me. If you're Patrick Mahomes, I don't think you're too happy about that right now. I know you got picks, but at the same time, picks don't always work out. We've seen that with many, many teams and many, many wide receivers. So, yeah, what are y'all's thoughts? I thought this was stupid, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about it. Granted, Juju's all right. I wouldn't give him too much credit. He's known for dancing on logos, though. But I think he's all right. I wouldn't put him top 20 or 30 by any chance. But they still have Hardman. Hardman's also all right. Kels is a huge piece. I can only imagine he'll get thrown to even more now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. If I was Mahomes, man, I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? We could have ran it back again, just about.
The dynasty chances were not over yet,
Exactly. So not really too sure about it. I think I'm still in shock a little bit.
Yeah. What do you think, Henry?
I didn't understand it. I went to the library today. My friend was like, "Hey, yo, Tyreke Hill is now the Dolphins." I was like, "The Dolphins?" So then I thought about it, was like, now we get to see Tua in like his element. Now he can't go like 7-7, like he can't not have a win record, and we'll be like, oh, it's just Tua. Now he has to win.
Yeah,
because now he has good weapon. They have like an amazing weapons around him now.
Yeah, no, you're right. That actually brings up a good talking point.
The Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins. But yeah, I like what you said there too, because Tua, it's his time to shine now.
Yeah, there's no excuses anymore.
Yeah,
the offense has to be good.
He's not.
As for Mahomes, I don't know what the Chiefs were actually thinking when they did this. I was like, who are you gonna draft? That's gonna be Tyreke. I assume they're just thinking like, we have Mecole Hardman, so that's the speed. Yeah. And we have Juju, but like none of these dudes are Tyreke Hill.
You're expecting these guys to go from 3 to 4 catches to a game to now you want them to have the games where they have 12 catches, 10 catches, 8 catches, 7 catches consistently. That's just unrealistic.
Like, this wasn't even on my radar at all. Like, Tyreke Hill leaving the Chiefs was like, oh, man, that's never going to happen. And today I was like, what do you mean he left the Chiefs?
It came out of nowhere.
Even for Tyreke Hill, I don't understand the trade either. Like, Tua is not Mahomes. And he's going to find that out real quick.
He must have got mad, or the Chiefs must have got mad. I'm sure they'll have plenty of stories and stuff that'll come out eventually about kind of like why this happened in one day.
They said contract stalled. I was like, contract stalled is not a quick trade.
Yeah, but how many times do contract stalls happen, and then like 3 or 4 days later,
You're leaving
or
the
like
team.
the next? Yeah, I mean, like no, usually they eventually get things worked out, but they didn't even give you a chance to work things out at all. They just said nope, we're done, we're done. So, but actually, kind of off topic, Henry, what happened to your nose? Can you show the camera so they can see what's going on? You got the like red dot right there. What happened to your nose?
For the Cougar.
Fought a cougar. Is that a nice way of saying you don't want to tell the story?
No, for the Cougar. The beaches in Florida are very gnarly, guys.
Who won, the cougar or you?
Obviously, I did,
Yeah.
But
So are we talking like cougar as in like a older woman cougar, or are we talking like an actual cougar?
it's open to interpretation. believe what you want to.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, y'all got anything else y'all want to add on that? Okay, well, let's talk about. So, what do we think with the Dolphins now? I know we talked about it a little bit too. It has no excuses now. Do we think the Dolphins are going to be a contender out of their division now?
I don't know. I just don't know. It's like, I feel like the offense is there, so they should score a lot.
Yeah.
But like,
It's to it.
I'm very confused. I don't know what's going to happen. I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Because I agree. I didn't realize they just got Armstead too, the offensive tackle that was playing. I forgot Raheem Mostert.
Was there. Me too.
Yeah, he signed from the 49ers. Yeah, he left and he's at the Dolphins.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, Raheem
I didn't
Mostert.
even know that.
Yeah.
They also got Cedric Wilson, our
I did see
receiver.
that. I did
Uh-huh.
see that.
Teddy Bridgewater.
That upset me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, actually, I want to add that we're going to talk about Dallas and the crappy free agency that they've had. I'm mad.
They also got Chase Edmonds from the Cardinals.
Yeah.
The running back.
Good, not a living.
They got another defensive lineman, Ogbe.
Hey, I tell you what, another team to look out is the Jags. They've been making some moves this offseason.
Yeah, they have two.
They've been making some moves.
Man,
You're smiling and like giggling.
They paid Christian Kirk $22 million. That is cap.
But
that's the
they made some other moves as well. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I've just been noticing like little bitty things here and there where they've been paying, and I know that they had a lot of cap room to make some movements. But also the wide receiver market, and we could kind of get into this because we're kind of talking about contract negotiations too, but the wide receiver contract market's gone crazy.
Coop.
Speaking of going crazy, Devontae Adams getting paid $28 million. And I'm sure that's what caused the issues between Tyreke Hill and the Chiefs. I mean, like, Devontae Adams and Tyreke Hill is right up there as a top 5 receiver. I think we all can agree he's a top 5 receiver. Whether Patty Mahomes helps him be that, it doesn't matter. Top 5 receiver statistically, ability-wise, very fast. He gets behind the defense very well. But Devontae Adams, I think it was $28 from, or $28.
Imagine.
Imagine that. $28 million from the Raiders. And also, I mean, now he's with Derek Carr. Derek Carr doesn't really have an excuse anymore, I don't think. Does Derek Carr have a good enough team to win now with Devontae Adams there?
They say they're best friends and have all that chemistry they built up. And they work out together in the offseason.
Yeah.
So I feel like the trade made sense. Like, that wasn't as shocking for me.
Yeah.
So I feel like Derek Carr, it's time, Derek. It's time to show out.
Yeah, it is. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I think it's time for you to prove people like me. I don't like you, Carp. I don't think
He's
you're
a
good.
nice guy. Why are you like? Why
Oh,
are
no,
you dissing on
He
him?
has that face. I just,
Derek Carr, Ben says you have a very punchable face.
yeah, dude, that's facts. I mean, I guarantee you could probably take me, Derek Carr. But hey, I'm just saying, it's time for you to finally do something, bro.
I like you, Derek.
I think he's played well. I think he's played fairly well. I mean, he had an MVP caliber season. 1 year went 12-4 with the Oakland Raiders. When it was Oakland, because it's Las Vegas now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Devontae Adams not only, which I mean, the market was already going up for the receivers anyways, but Devontae Adams bumped it up 7-8 million, and then I'm sure Tyreke Hill was like, hey, like,
I'm pretty good.
either throw me between 28 and 30 million. Actually, no, don't throw me that. I want you to make me the highest paid receiver. So
Probably.
pay me 29, 30 million, and that's probably where things happen. And I'm sure the Dolphins are going to come out with a statement here in a little bit saying, okay, they've agreed to the trade, and then after agreed, he signed whatever blah 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 deal. I'm sure that'll end up happening, kind of like Devontae's thing was. But yeah, what do y'all think about too? So Aaron Rodgers knew about this. And a lot of people are blaming the whole thing on Aaron Rodgers because, I mean, if you're a wide receiver, let's focus on football. Let's not focus on all this drama. And Aaron Rodgers was constant drama. And I know we've talked about that a little bit. We talked about Aaron Rodgers a little bit on the show and how I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers anymore just because of the amount of drama that he causes on and off the field. But apparently that played into Devontae's decision to wanting to leave, was the fact that Aaron Rodgers was all about Aaron Rodgers and taking the attention off of the team. And Aaron Rodgers also is making like $50 million, something like around $50 million a year now. I think it might be even almost fully guaranteed. So it was kind of like, what are you going to do with Devontae? Are you going to pay him money, or is he going to have to go? And, I mean, who is Aaron Rodgers going to throw to now?
Randall Cobb.
Oh, yeah.
And Lazard.
Lazard, I mean, right now, Lazard's your number one. You know? I mean, and he hadn't been able to win with Devontae. What makes him think he's going to win without? So, those are both very puzzling trades to me. I mean, they had the right to Devontae. Like, they could have franchise tagged him and kept him, but they just said, screw it. You can go find your own trade, see if there's anywhere you want to go. It's almost like they were just trying to be nice, you know? Y'all got anything else to add about that?
I feel like the Packers just thought, we have a quarterback who could probably win with nothing. So why not give him nothing? You know, get what we can from it. And
what are we talking about winning? We talking about winning the regular season, or are we talking about winning the postseason? Because he hasn't been able to win with a lot. He hasn't been able to win in the postseason.
Yeah, exactly. And that was with Devontae Adams. So they're like, yeah, it's what it is, man. Just let him go. And if I'm Devontae Adams, I'm with Braden on this one. I'm leaving too. Okay. All this talking and no doing, it kind of gets annoying at a point, you know, because you're like, whatever your quarterback says, that's on you, you know. So you're like, because that's who gets you the yards. That's what makes you like an all-pro receiver. That's what makes you a Pro Bowl receiver. It's like you're only as good as he is. So if he's not focused on winning rings anymore, you can't win any rings anymore because he told you the ball. That's just it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean you're right. I mean, what you got for us, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really blame Devontae for leaving either. I mean, he definitely secured the bag, but I mean, so did Rodgers. But yeah, I just don't see Green Bay being as good as they were. I mean, they were the number one seed the last 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And they lost all 3 years. What, first game? Right? In the playoffs or postseason?
Well, I mean, they'd get the bye, and
Yes,
then they would
but-
come in for
but
their
their-
first game,
yes, their
and they
first
would
game.
lose. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean by that.
To the
And-
Niners.
Yeah, 2 of them. But
Yeah, the 49ers just own them.
they really do.
like,
Even back in Cap's
yeah.
days.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I don't really know what else to say other than that I don't expect Green Bay to do too much. Rodgers took a lot of money.
Or
But-
the Raiders either, to be honest. Let's be real here.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't either.
I feel like Devontae Adams didn't go to like the grass is greener on the other side situation over there. Like I feel like they're gonna be the same team, just with a guy who gets 1,000 yards every season.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't understand some of these moves. I tell you one thing I did find funny though. Moving on, let's talk about this Deshaun Watson and Baker Mayfield stuff. So you're a Cleveland guy.
Yes.
So I did find it funny how Deshaun Watson didn't play any last year. And the main reason Cleveland came out and said that they didn't want Baker anymore is they want a grown-up at QB. Now, if we're talking about a leader of men and a grown-up, are we really rolling with somebody that has 22 pending civil cases against them of sexual assault? So are we calling that a grown-up now? Now, I get it. Deshaun Watson can play. And I know there's no criminal charges, but there are still things that are being said, and there are still issues that are having to be resolved that come when it comes to Deshaun Watson. And it's not, I mean, I don't like it when owners and GMs and different people play it off like, oh, well, it's the player's fault that we decided to do this. No, you decided to do this because Deshaun Watson's a better quarterback. That's it. That's it. It didn't have anything to do with off the field, it all depended on the field. And you know, I don't respect kind of what they did, because I mean, it's how long has it been, Henry, since they had reached the play or made it to the playoffs and won a playoff game? Hadn't it been like 22 years, 17 years?
It's been a while.
And I mean, Baker was hurt all season. You know, I mean, I think he deserved one more year, and I don't think he should have been talked about like that, because Baker has done a lot for that franchise in reviving and kind of making them the franchise that they are today, which is not a bad franchise, you know? So let me pass it to you, Henry.
No, I'm gonna let Ben go so I can rant.
Oh, you want to rant? We got a Henry rant coming, guys and gals. Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I understand the giving Baker another year, because I mean, as I'm sure y'all know, I'm not a huge Baker fan. I don't think he's very good, but he did take him to the playoffs, and I can't deny that part. Which, I mean, what was it, 17 to 22 years, somewhere up in there they haven't been in. I mean, he did bring them there. But I don't know. I like bringing in Watson, but I don't like the money, how much was guaranteed.
All of it.
Yeah, I don't like that one bit. But I also...
It's only just going to keep going up.
Yes, it's only going to keep going up. But, I mean, I agree, too, to the extent with the 22 cases that he's got. What kind of leader is that? I mean, Baker doesn't have that. I don't like him, but he's definitely way more mature than Deshaun is. But I think it'll be interesting, because I think that's the one piece Cleveland needed last year. I mean, yeah, I know Baker's hurt in and out, but I just don't think he's the football slinger that he could be, which is why I don't per se like him too much. I think that was the only piece Cleveland was missing, and if they had someone like, per se, Deshaun, or just someone who threw it, honestly, I think Cleveland could have easily won the Super Bowl last year. I think that was just the one vital piece they were missing. I thought the defense played well for the most part overall. I mean, Garrett's just a hoss. I like that guy, though. Don't like the team, but I like that guy. And
yeah.
The offense isn't bad. I mean, granted, they don't really have receivers now, but the O-line's good. Their running backs are phenomenal. Freaking Chubb is a beast.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's just where I stand with that.
I will say this, and then you go, Henry. To kind of side with you saying you don't really like Baker very much.
Mm-mm.
He had more progressive commercials than he had wins last year.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, Baker,
I will say that. We see, because apparently Baker lives
in the stadium,
you know, for these commercials. But we see tons of Baker Mayfield commercials when watching NFL football games. But I did have to say that. But go ahead, Henry. The floor is yours.
Okay, first things first, okay? Let's talk about Baker Mayfield needs to be a starter in the NFL, okay? Because I love those commercials, okay? Now, whose house is it? I don't care what the stadium is, okay? Seattle, pick my boy up, okay? It's time. We can get you some what they call it, the 12th man. Put you on some commercials over there for progressive. All right, let's get this shit going. Cleveland. Andrew Berry, Coach Kevin Stefanski, all y'all are crazy as hell. Okay, y'all go around the whole offseason talking about, oh, Baker's our guy, we love Baker. You know, and I'm a Cleveland fan through and through. Okay, so hey, I'm here and I will accept fully and hopefully Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. I am glad we got him. Okay, let's put that aside. Let's talk about what Braden said about how you said it was the off the field grown-up antics. What the hell did Baker Mayfield do? Okay? We're talking about a dude who just talked to the media kind of sideways. A dude who got jerked off by forced women to jerk him off at a masseuse parlor. Okay? Now, leader of men, I bet all those would like handies. So maybe they can all go to the masseuse and Deshaun Watson can give them the hookup on how to get these girls to jerk him off for free. Now, Deshaun Watson, They ain't many masseuses near the Cleveland Stadium. I looked it up just for you, okay? Just so you know. Okay, so you might have to find you a nice another place to go after this.
He needs to find one that's consistent and that will just not have a problem with
Get
it.
married, buddy. You're rich.
Yeah.
Okay?
I don't think you have a problem finding
go
women.
to a strip club or pick up a prostitute on the side of the road, buddy. They will jerk you off for pay, and you have the money to do it. Don't ask some girl who just had to massage your back because you need it after you suck for the Texans for one game, okay? And you want her to beat your meat for you. You have hands, buddy. Do it yourself. Okay, you're grown up. Okay. On to the next person that I have. Odell Beckham Jr. I had the jersey. Okay, I kept it on my wall and everything, and it's still there. And I love you, and I wish you the best when you went on to the Rams. But if you fucking come out to Cleveland Browns, I'm gonna hope you take your ACL again, son of a bitch. Okay.
Man, you're gonna make me turn this into a podcast where it's adults only, my guy. You are just letting it fly.
You said
bring it in a little bit.
You said I'm gonna come back now that Baker Mayfield is gone and Deshaun Watson. I want you back. Right? But be better. Okay? Stay at Matthew Stafford. Don't come back to Cleveland. We hate you. Who else? Who else can catch some flag? Oh, Amari Cooper. Welcome to Cleveland, buddy. We love you. Welcome. We love you. Okay. We love you. Hopefully we can get you a quarterback who doesn't like jerk-offs from women.
Oh, man.
Other than that, I love my O-line. I love my running backs. I love my cornerbacks. I love my defense. I only have a problem with my coaches, my general manager, and my quarterback.
Ben, we've never had a rant quite like that one, have we?
Not quite. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny too. I'm gonna have to. I don't know how to do bleeps, but I might have to do a few bleeps. Okay, because this is. I mean, come on, Henry.
No.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We want you to be open and honest on this podcast.
It's off my
Henry.
chest now.
Yeah, get it off your chest. I want to do that with the Cowboys sometimes, so I feel you.
You really should. It's very free, and I tell you that.
Yeah, well, I have a family that likes to tune in. And,
so do I.
And
I'm sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. Deshaun Watson, I love you. I hope you play good for Cleveland. But come on, man. Lay off the hand jobs, man. Do it yourself. Pornhub is free. All right, moving on.
You can't just move on from that.
Yes, you can. Very easily. Next topic. So
you know what?
Huh, guys?
Speaking of Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, God.
Nice segue.
Amari Cooper was traded to the Cleveland Browns. Randy Gregory screwed us over in free agency. Ends up signing with the Denver Broncos over a little bit of, not confusion, but a little extra wordy on the Cowboys side of the contract. And so he went with the Broncos. I think it was more, from what I understand, Randy Gregory had restrictions on if you get in trouble, do something. If you get suspended, then some of your money will be pulled away. Denver wasn't doing that, and so he went with Denver. But Ben, I'm not. What is Jerry doing right now? I was hoping Bobby Wagner, maybe. I mean, we have cap room now.
Mm-hmm.
We got rid of Lyle Collins.
Mm-hmm. Cedric Wilson.
We lost Cedric Wilson. Who did we add in the receiving? Did we add anybody in the receiving core that's worth mentioning?
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We've only lost was our number one receiver when healthy. Besides road games, I guess road games were not his strong suit. But the Cowboys haven't done anything. That's my point. Mm-hmm. Do y'all think that we're gonna have some addition by subtraction here, or are we gonna actually do something? It'd be nice. It'd be nice, Cowboys. This is coming from a Cowboys fan. If y'all would actually get your crap together and make some moves. You're the Dallas freaking Cowboys. There are tons of players, and by tons, I mean tons of players that would love to wear the star on their helmet. There are tons. Make some moves. You're pissing me off. Make some moves. This is ridiculous. I'm getting irritated as a Cowboys fan of 8-8, 10-6, 7-9, going nowhere in the playoffs, doing absolutely nothing in the playoffs. It's ridiculous. There's my rant. A little more appropriate language. But I am pissed off. Freaking do something. This is ridiculous. Ben, go.
First off, Greg Hardy, or whatever.
Greg Hardy.
Not Greg Hardy. Randy Gregory. Sorry. I was thinking UFC, bro. I watched him get knocked out. Yeah, I watched him get knocked out. Tomato. But, hey.
He got cut, by the way.
Yeah. Stay at Denver. Jump off sides on third down over there, please. I got tired of watching that. But, I mean, I agree to your point. Jerry Jones, I ask that question every year. When are you going to give it away? Give the franchise away. Please. I don't like Jerry Jones whatsoever.
Hold up. I like him as an owner. I don't like him as a GM. He's made the Cowboys be where they are as far as like the Forbes list and how much they're worth. But GM-wise, hand the reins over to somebody that knows what they're doing. That's my problem with him.
Yeah, I understand that, but I also want him to just give it away. I think it's time. What happened between him and Jimmy Johnson?
That's fair. Yeah.
Between 20 years ago, Jimmy was an exceptional coach, and we were winning, and then they fell out. But another reason I also say that is because Jerry Jones is also very old, and it would just be sad for something to happen to him while he owns it.
Can you scoot back a little bit? Because I'm just noticing your face is not in it very much, and we can try to maybe adjust it a little bit, but I want you to be able to be seen.
Hey, that's okay. Just in case if Mayfield comes and watches this video and tries to come at me.
Oh, you know what? You've got
Instagram Baker.
Surely you've got some of those.
Where he lives too.
Some of those ladies that you've been hanging out with, Ben. Now, we didn't forget about Mono, buddy. We didn't forget about Mono. No. You've been hanging out with the honeys, so we got to have your face up there shining and pretty for the honeys that might want to tune in. We got Henry and his ladies are going to be tuning in.
What ladies? Ladies that Ben Whited?
And then me, of course.
Nice to meet you.
We'll have. Hopefully, I'll have a few ladies. Tune in. I know you like the country drawl. I know you like it. Not only do we have somebody that talks Nigerian, that talks Nigerian, but you got a country bumpkin over here, because I got that country twang. Not only is it country right now, but I guarantee you, it can get even more country. I'm just telling you what. But telling you what. But yeah.
Cowboys.
Sorry, I'm trying to take my mind off the Cowboys. I'm trying to take it off. Ben, I am sorry for interrupting your thoughts. Keep going on Jerry Jones. Keep going on the Cowboys. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I don't blame you. It gets very frustrating. The more we talk about it, the more and more we get mad. That's just sums up being a Cowboys fan the last 10, 20 years. I'm also tired of seeing 8-8, 10-4, 12-4, or whatever, 10-6, and then we lose.
At least you're making the playoffs.
Yeah, just to lose. We're doing.
But we're inconsistently making the playoffs. It's 1 year on, 1 year off half the time.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie to you. I think a huge thing that we should do.
Feed Zeke.
I don't want to keep Zeke. You already knew it was coming. I think Tony Pollard, I think you should start. I'm going to mix it up. I think it's about time. I understand. Give Pollard the 0 to 80 or 0 to 30. 80, blah, blah, blah. I meant 0 to 20, just 80 yards of the field. But then let Elliott take over in the red zone.
I agree with that for a fantasy team.
That's where he is strong. Elliott is a power runner. He's lost his speed a little bit. I mean, granted, he's working hard. You can't deny that. But also his contract. It's a lot fatter than Pollard's, that's for sure. But
here's the issue we do run in though. That's gonna be coming up. The more we play Pollard right now, the more money he's gonna be asking.
Yes, which I've thought about that. But I mean, I'm just kind of keeping my fingers crossed, saying, Pollard, don't do us dirty. Don't try to secure the bag. Just stay with us, please.
That's a cute. Do that.
Yeah, please. As for our sakes, we need wins.
Please, Daddy Pollard. Please stay with the Cowboys.
Please, Tony.
Please, Daddy Pollard.
Tony. But
hey, I'm sure there's some girls that Deshaun Watson likes, some masseuses. I'm sure there's some. They're pretty good in Dallas. That we'll get you some of that too if you want it.
It is Texas. Oh, Deshaun. He's back in the league. He'll hook you up.
Texas.
Oh yeah. My fault. They were in the same state.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, go
Maybe you know him
Cowboys.
too, Tony. Maybe. I didn't say. Allegedly. Deshaun Watson got jerked off. We don't really know. Okay. Show us the film. Not really.
show us the film.
I'm kidding. It was a
Are
joke.
you though? Are
Yes,
you?
yes. For my own personal life. I'm joking. I support the woman. Okay.
Okay. No, seriously. We are joking around about it, but if Deshaun Watson did do these things that he's accused of forcefully, I don't know how it works. I don't know what all went on in that room. None of us will actually know the truth besides the people that were there involved in it. But seriously, what Deshaun Watson did was not okay. If he did it. Now, granted, we don't know. I think it would be hard for 22 women to come forward and say these and not one of them be true. I don't think that would be the case. So who knows? We never know, especially in 2022. You never know. But any of the women that did get affected and are feeling some type of way because of what Deshaun Watson did, completely understand if he did do it, completely understand. Do not support that at all. No, we're making humor out of it, but at the same time, seriously, it's not okay to do that. But okay, guys, we talked about the Cowboys. You got anything else you want to say?
Nah, just too much frustrating words.
Yeah. Okay.
They really want to cuss you all out, but they won't, because you're nice people. Me, on the other hand, I'll do it for them, but they didn't ask me to, so I won't.
Well, hey, let's talk about something that is actually kind of going my way.
Of the seas.
Going my way this year. So, I mean, it didn't start off this way, but ladies and gents, we got the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. Let's just kind of talk about where everything stands right now. So we have the Heat, the Bucks, 76ers, Celtics, Bulls, Cavs, Raptors, and the Nets. And that is on the Eastern side. Then we have on the Western sides, of course, the Suns, the Grizzlies who have now honestly taken a 2-game lead in that 2 spot. It's looking fairly well that they're going to stay there. The Warriors, we need to talk about that a little bit. The Warriors have kind of, I won't say fallen off, but they're not the same, haven't really been the same.
Injuries.
The Jazz, Mavericks, Nuggets, Timberwolves, who have stepped up, and the Clippers. Oh, I forgot to mention the play-in teams. So we have the Lakers and Pelicans as well. They're in the 9 and 10, and that's on the Western. And then let me go back to the Eastern teams that are the Hornets and the Hawks. Hawks are a team to watch out for. But anyways, guys, we can talk about some of the other teams and talk about more than just this. But let's start off with this, guys. Who's coming out the East and who's coming out the West? What are our thoughts? Let's roll with you, Ben.
The East is tough. There's a couple teams that I narrowed it down to. I narrowed it down to the Heat and Bucks. Last time we talked about this. Granted, I could see Philly making a strong case for it. I think that one I'm just a little more biased on them not making it. But I mean, the Celtics are rolling. They're 22-4 in their last 26. They're playing great basketball. But also Chicago. But I'm leaning more out on Chicago. Apparently, I saw a thing where it was like 0-16 or something like that against the top 3 teams in both conferences combined. They haven't won a game. I was like, what? That blew my mind. I didn't know if that was true or not. I haven't looked into it, but I was like, wow, that's very interesting. But yeah, I think the East is tough right now, but I think I'm going to go with Milwaukee potentially being that one going out. Just depends if they stay healthy. I know the East is starting to actually look like the stronger conference a little bit, but should be interesting. But the West, I think, is a little weaker. But see, I don't want to say Suns because Paul's out, and I don't want to say Warriors because Curry's out. So, as of right now, I'm thinking it's either going to be Memphis or Utah, but at the same time, if either one of those two teams of the Warriors or Suns get healthy, then I see both of them beating Memphis or Utah. So it's very interesting. It's just going to be who's healthy. But if I had to pick between the two healthy teams of the Grizzlies and the Jazz, I think I'm going to go Jazz. As much as I would love to see Ja take it, I just think they're a little too inconsistent. I love my boy Steven Adams, of course, as well. But sadly, I think I'm going to go with Utah. It's Utah.
The face he made with that prediction. Utah.
Yeah, dude, no one likes – I mean, it's not that we don't like Utah, but, it's Utah.
There's nothing in Utah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just imagine a finals in Utah.
The NBA doesn't want Utah to make the finals. I'll tell you that right now.
You want Miami, L.A. You honestly don't even want the Celtics to make it, really. I mean, just because there's
Tom Brady won Super Bowls. They want to go to Boston. That's fine.
I guess so. Just because of the history. But I'm saying, like, weather. Like, they like the nice weather. The fans like the nice weather.
Watch, refs will call fouls to stop Utah from making the finals. I promise you. Well, Utah, you ain't going nowhere, buddy. Stuck here.
Utah.
Semifinals, bound. That's it.
All right. So, Henry, you got anything else to add? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off if you need
No, I'm good. That's where I stand on that.
Henry, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to tell you straight up. The beast in the East is Giannis. Giannis is coming out of the East. In the West, look, I'm biased. Very, very biased, okay? Very biased. I don't think you guys know how biased I am. Steph Curry's coming back, and the Warriors are taking the championship, baby. Let's go. Win it all.
Are you done?
Win it all.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done yet. I'll also tell you one thing that's for certain. Celtics first round exit. Moving on.
Okay. Now, let's just shut down all that BS that you just threw. First off, you talk about your Warriors.
I win it all.
You know what? Marcus Smart will lock up Steph Curry's tail like he did last game. Just like he did last game. Are you trying to insinuate that was dirty? Are you trying to insinuate that fighting for a ball is dirty?
It wasn't a dirty play at all.
Okay. First off, it's not broken. It's sprained. It's sprained.
Steph Curry get hurt. If Steph Curry didn't get hurt, y'all know what was coming.
No, we still would have beat y'all. We were ahead of y'all. We still would have beat y'all.
You know what was coming.
Steph would have went.
It was the first half.
Okay, hold up. You do realize that Steph Curry and the Warriors were down. They were down up until that point. How many
points?
I think it was close to double digits.
9 points. 3 threes.
Okay, but you act like Steph Curry's had the greatest year. Steph Curry's been off most of the year. If we're being hypothetical. So let's take mathematics and throw that at you. Okay, buddy? Boston, first in defensive efficiency rating in the NBA. Okay. Steph Curry has problems with other teams. You know what Boston's really good at? Switching. Boston can beat any team in the NBA right now. Boston can beat anybody in a best of 7 game series right now. I cannot see another team that can do that. Boston can play defense and they can play offense. They have 2, dare I say, superstars in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And you know what? Robert Williams, Time Lord, baby. He plays. He's really good. He does what the Celtics need him to do, which is he doesn't have to score a lot. He grabs rebounds, he gets some blocks, and he gets a few points here and there. So, Ime Udoka, Coach of the Year candidate, don't care what anybody says. He's got them doing very, very well on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Ben talked about it earlier, the record that they have. Just look at what's gone on. I believe they have had a 9-game win streak. They've had a 5-game win streak, and they are currently on another 4-game win streak right now. So it's not like they just got hot. No, they're playing consistent, good basketball. And you know how I know? Because the Celtics at one time were down in the 7 to 8 seed. You know where they are now? They're tied for 3rd. They're a half game back from 2nd. 2 games back from the top spot. These Celtics are the hottest and best team in the NBA currently right now, and I don't see that changing
All that
The
losing.
Boston Celtics will win the NBA championship in 2022. They will come out of the Eastern Conference.
The one says we get swept in the first round.
They are not. Okay, hypothetically speaking, what are you thinking the Celtics are going to – what seed do you think they're going to end up being?
Where they are?
So you think they're going to be the 4 seed?
Yes.
And you think the Bulls are going to beat them first round?
Yes.
Do you know how ridiculous you sound?
Hmm?
Do you know how ridiculous you sound?
No, I think I sound just
DeMar
fine,
DeRozan,
It's going to be
DeMar
just-
DeRozan,
The All-Star DeMar
who
DeRozan?
the one that played for the Raptors,
the All-Star
the one that
starter?
played for the
The All-Star
Raptors,
starter?
the one who played for the Raptors and
The
couldn't make
the
it
All-Star
past.
starter,
But
DeMar
Jalen
DeRozan?
Brown and Jason Tatum have made it farther than DeMar DeRozan has ever made it.
And?
DeMar DeRozan is not going to lead you there. Plus, DeMar DeRozan has not been healthy the whole season. You don't know if he's going to get hurt. Lonzo Ball hasn't been healthy most of the season. Don't know if he's going to get hurt.
So if your argument is
The Celtics are more consistent. They play better basketball. It's showing right now. The Bulls are inconsistent. They're not. The Bulls are not a great team.
we don't care who comes from the East, okay? The Warriors come from the West.
Okay,
All that
you know
losing,
what?
All
The
that
Celtics-
losing we've been doing.
the Celtics-
All that losing we've been doing. We will be first seed in the East right now.
The Suns
All
are
that
coming
losing-
out. The
No,
Suns are coming
all
out.
that
The
losing that-
Warriors are not coming
It
out.
don't matter. But all that losing that Brady talking about the Warriors be doing, if we were to be in the Eastern Conference, guess what we'll be? Number 1 seed.
Hold up. Steph plays better in the regular season, and he's played like crap for a lot of the regular season.
Oh my God, guys! Jason Tatum has so many rings, guys. See, I forgot.
You realize Jason Tatum's 25. Tell me what Steph Curry was doing the first 7 years of his career with the Warriors.
Yeah.
Tell me what he was doing.
Making the playoffs at least. You know,
I
making
don't
the
even
playoffs.
know. I didn't even know of him. I didn't even know
yes,
of him
you-
until
yes, you
no.
did.
I did
Yes, you
not
did.
even know of him
Yes, you did.
until later on in
Yes,
his career.
Yes, you did.
No, I did
Yes,
not.
you did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No.
I promise you did.
No.
Yes, you did.
No.
That's a lie.
No.
He's the first player in 2009.
Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum
count
is
down-
24.
Count down the years.
Jalen Brown is 25. I mean, look, the Celtics are where they need to be for the future and for the present.
For the future, yeah.
For the present too.
Oh, sure. Say so.
I mean, they could beat the Warriors as currently constructed. Clay is not the same. Draymond is not the same. Draymond's not the same.
Hey, I would say let's see it, but we all know that because it's coming out of the East.
I don't think your Warriors are coming out of the West.
Then we'll both sit at home and watch the Bucks play.
I guess we will. I guess we will.
I know who ain't coming out though. It's definitely not y'all.
But I feel fairly confident about my take on the Celtics just because of how they play on both sides of the ball, not just one, both. They have consistently, a lot of the time, held teams under 100 points. I wouldn't say consistently, but they've done it. They did it to the Warriors. Warriors had 88, I believe, the night that we played them, and we blew them out. Starched them, baby.
Curry got hurt.
Starched them.
Steph Curry got hurt.
It doesn't matter. We still would have beat them.
It does matter.
Still would have beat them.
It does matter.
Still
It does
would
matter.
have beat them.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That's a lie.
I mean, you can keep telling yourself that,
Hey man,
but
let's be real.
you're
here.
wrong.
Let's be real here. Okay?
You're wrong.
Suns are gonna. Okay, let's be realistic here. Y'all beat the Bulls.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you've already taken. I'm glad I've already convinced you.
4-3 by some scrape of luck. James Tatum scores like 50 points one game. Oh my God! Brady will come in his pants as he usually does when someone does good. And we're all gonna be like, oh, Brady, you need to calm down, buddy. Oh, Giannis also scoring 50 every 4 games. Hey, then we're gonna be like, okay, who do you guys play after that? Let's say you guys play what? The Sixers. That's a
Yes, and we'll beat them. We will wear them out. Ben, are you going to help me out? Because I mean, let's look at it. Have the Sixers looked very well? I believe in their last 6 games they're 3-3. I think team chemistry matters. I think Joel Embiid staying healthy matters. I think James Harden staying happy and healthy matters. Has James Harden shown up in the playoffs? Let's look at his history. Has he shown up in the playoffs?
He may not show up very often, but he makes the semis at least.
I am telling you, the Celtics will beat the Sixers.
No, you won't.
We can make a bet. Let's make a bet. Let's make a bet, Henry.
Let's say you do make it all the way.
Henry, let's make a bet.
That's you meaning the Bucks or the Heat. That's also a loss.
And I think we beat the Bucks or the Heat. The Bucks, I'm more scared of than the Heat. I'm not scared of the Heat.
I
I'm
hope
more
so.
scared of the Bucks.
The Bucks have a ring, and Rob
Yes.
Williams is not stopping Giannis.
Yes, I'm more scared of the Bucks, but I think we can beat both of those teams. If any defense can stop Giannis, it's the Celtics defense.
Wow.
Robert Williams is a hoss. Al Horford is really good on defense. Marcus Smart is really good. Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, really good. We're the best team in the NBA at switching off. The best. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We get hands up in shooters' faces. Steph, you're talking about all these things that Steph was going to do. The Celtics are the number one defense for a reason. They get up and on the shooters. They get up and on them. And if you look at Steph Curry's field goal percentage this year and you look at his three-point field goal percentage this year, compare him to the past 4 years. See how good he shot this year compared to other years.
Okay, what's your point here?
My point is, your excuse for the Warriors losing was that Steph Curry was hurt.
Oh, yes.
I'm telling you, the Warriors had been losing while Steph Curry was there and healthy. The last few games, they had been losing.
Losing all the way to the one seed in the East.
Huh?
Losing all the way to the one seed in the East. In the East, we would be the first seed in the East right now.
No.
Yes, you would.
No. The Suns, when you were healthy with Draymond, the Suns were ahead of you by 5 or 6 games.
And we were 1-1.
What are you talking about?
Against the Suns. We beat them once, they beat us once.
That doesn't matter. We're talking about in the seeding. You're 9 games back.
Exactly.
You're 9 games. No, my fault. You're 11 games back.
And if you put us in the East, we will still be the first seed.
Oh, you're talking about, okay, hold up. Okay, I didn't understand what you were saying. Okay.
The Warriors, once in the East, right?
Well, hold up. Let me add this to your little thought bubble over there. You're going to play more Western Conference teams than you are Eastern Conference teams,
Facts.
and the Western Conference has not been as good as the Eastern Conference. There have been a lot harder games in the Eastern Conference than there have in the Western Conference. Why don't you just go compare teams? Go compare teams and tell me which conference you think is better. You got the Nets at 8. I think the Nets are nothing to snarl at. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah.
KD, Kyrie.
Yeah, but that's just because, what do you call it?
Ben Simmons.
They all got hurt.
Raptors, they've won 6 straight, and they've beat a lot of good teams. Cleveland, 10 games above 500 at 6. Why don't we look at the Western Conference at 6? Okay, it's 43-30. So
is that better than the East?
So hold up. Your 8 seed, let's just your 8 seed is 36-38. Your 9 seed is 31-41. Why don't we look at the Eastern Conference? Your 9 seed is a winning record, 37-35. Your 10 seed is 36-36. Why don't we look at the 10 seed in the Western Conference? I believe they're 12 games back. Which conference overall do you think has more consistently better teams?
Which conference do I think
the
best?
Eastern or the Western this year? The Eastern.
Easy.
Okay, well then why are you comparing records? Because the Western Conference teams are playing better or less good teams.
Let's go through your little top 10 teams here. Heat versus Warriors.
Listen, you got 4 minutes to make your argument, buddy.
Bucks beat us. Sixers beat them. Celtics beat us once, right? Beat us once, lost once. Bulls got blown out twice. Cavs got blown out twice. Raptors got blown out twice. Nets got skunked on. Steph Curry dropped 34 on KD's head, and Kyrie and Harden was playing.
I don't understand how this is relevant. We're not talking about just the Warriors. We're talking about the fact that the Eastern Conference teams are playing the Eastern Conference teams more, correct? So the Celtics are playing more Eastern Conference teams.
So they get to see the
Pistons.
And
the Eastern Conference teams, the Eastern Conference teams are harder than the Western Conference teams right now. In totality, you are playing better teams on the Eastern side than you are the Western side. Ben made the statement, and Ben agrees with me as well.
Oh, so if our top 10 play a top 10, our top 10 would win.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. 1 to 10.
No.
The Suns beat the Heat. The Bucks beat the Grizzlies. The Warriors beat the Sixers.
So the Suns, who again, mind you, have been without Chris Paul, who have been without Chris Paul
and have won 5
for the past.
And have won 5 straight.
Yeah. That's why I still think the Suns are coming out. I think the Suns are coming out because I think Devin Booker's a hoss. I didn't even get to throw that out. I think the Suns are coming out of the Western, and the Celtics are coming out of the Eastern.
I think the Bucks are coming out of the East.
That's fine. I'm just telling you, you're wrong.
So am I.
We'll see.
Bucks Warriors.
We'll see.
I think you're both extremely biased.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 1,000% sure.
In
But I have statistics to back up everything that I'm saying.
No, you don't.
But
yes, I do. I do.
Speaking of both of y'all's conference points, I think this season, the East has played a little better, but the West has the most injuries. So we haven't seen them fully healthy completely all year. So I think the East has definitely played better. They've stayed healthier this season. Like you said, the Hawks are the 10th seed. I like the Hawks.
And they're 500.
Yes, they are 500.
Look at your 10 seed on the Western.
Man,
They're 12, they're
Pelicans.
12 games under.
But here's
Put
that's
Trae Young
what
in
I
a cover
was speaking of.
in a playoff game against LeBron James. I promise you he loses that. Lakers v Hawks, 4 games.
Right now?
Who wins?
Right now. Right now.
Playoff.
Right now.
Yeah, right now. Right now.
I've got Hawks all day.
Okay.
All
See,
day.
That's where you're wrong.
You know why KD left Westbrook? Because he couldn't win with Westbrook. And so now all of a sudden an older Westbrook and an older LeBron are now going to beat Atlanta. That's your without AD. Without AD.
The leading scorer in the league right now, older LeBron.
Okay. What's that, Matt? Is that translating to wins? Why don't you look at the record? Why don't you tell me, is that translating to wins? 31 and 41. Is that translating to more wins or more losses?
He started playing well. He's
been scoring in their losses.
He was scoring more in their wins though. They started winning recently.
Show me the statistics. Show me the statistics to back that
When
up.
did LeBron become the highest leading scorer?
You're gonna have to get closer to the mic.
LeBron became the highest leading scorer yesterday.
That's fine. Joel Embiid doesn't have to do as much scoring because now he has James Harden. Joel Embiid was the leading scorer before LeBron. LeBron is doing outstanding at scoring. If you've noticed, a lot of his, besides the other night, a lot of his numbers have dropped off. Like his rebounds have dropped off compared to last year. His assists have dropped off compared to last year. And also, I mean, of course, I know he's been hurt. He was hurt at the beginning. I know all that. But LeBron is shooting more threes at an alarming rate, which I think is part of the reason that they're not winning, because they play no defense, and LeBron is taking, I believe, the most shot attempts that he ever has in a year for him, but he's shooting a lot of threes, and he's not a good three-point shooter, but he's trying to shoot them all the time, especially in late-game situations where the Lakers have been and have lost, and LeBron hasn't shown up. So, yes, that LeBron James. I'm talking about that LeBron James. Yeah, and you know what? It's not all Russell Westbrook's fault. I was just bringing up the playoffs, and I'm telling you, Atlanta would beat L.A. And I don't even know why we're talking about this because it's way off topic.
Yeah,
but
it's true. I'm just saying, if our seeds played each other, the West would win.
No,
yes,
not this year.
This year,
this year.
This year.
No.
You read off the standings.
Right.
I think we beat y'all in records.
No.
In top up to like the seventh.
I talked about consistently. I'm not just talking about the top 3 teams on each conference.
No,
I'm talking about
talking
about the entirety of each side, the Eastern and Western.
Hey man.
The 10 seed is 500 in the Eastern. The 10 seed is 12 games below 500 in the Western. That tells you everything. The
argument you have on your side is that your good players who are meant to be the start of the NBA on the Eastern side that play like garbage or play like garbage in the first
We need to move on.
We do need to move on
because you're just getting bamboozled with points that you just cannot come back from. You are just getting wore out on this debate. Ben, I told you I wanted more debate.
You got it.
I'm just wearing this Nigerian out right now.
No, he's not.
I'm just wearing him out.
No, he's not.
Now, granted, if we step out of this podcast, he probably is taking care of me outside. He's probably beating my you-know-what up. But on the debate field, kicking some tail, baby. Kicking some tail.
Brady says more words, and it sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But he doesn't, I promise you.
No, I do say a lot. I say, no. I back mine up with statistics, and I say a lot of things that are true.
I have to be in a meeting right now, so.
Okay, well, you're late, but hey, that's a good finisher. Okay, hold up. Before you leave, March Madness, what are just some quick thoughts you have about it? Because that's the last thing we're covering. And Colby Covington.
Drew Timmy, welcome back, buddy. I've missed you. You know, amazing performance. You know, you played great. Keep more of the same, please. I think I'm with Ben most of it. Of like the big teams aren't the favorites anymore. They're not gonna win. They're gonna all find a way to choke it somehow. Shout out St. Peter's, pushing Peacock, baby.
Pushing Peacock.
Pushing always. I want them to go as far as possible. Michigan beat Tennessee. I don't like Michigan because I'm an Ohio State fan through and through. Okay, so I hope Tennessee win, but they lost. Michigan is doing so well for an 11 seed in they're playing amazing. I don't know who wins it, so I'm very confused on that. If I had to pick right now, I would say, why not? Do Timmy. I'm gonna support you right to the end, win it all. Covington getting put by Jorge Masvidal, in the words of Kamaru Usman. Hey kids, that didn't raise you this way. Okay, that's a home. Okay, you all lost to the best fighter in the division, and you all making this little 2-3 scrap thing a thing. Nah, man, look to the top. Okay, daddy's talking to you all. You all need to listen. Shh. Okay, no more fighting. No more fighting in the house. Okay, it's not good it's not good for your sisters. All right. Hey, it's been fun. See y'all.
Same, man.
Audio send.
Okay. All right.
What do you have to say about March Madness, Braden?
March Madness. I'll be honest with you. So Gonzaga is playing a lot better than I thought they would be. Because a lot of times they're the number one seed, or they're usually the number one seed.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly considered the number one team going in a lot of times, and then they just end up choking.
Mm-hmm.
Which I haven't really seen that yet. Georgia State started playing with them for a little bit, and then Gonzaga finally picked it up later on. Hey, sit right here. That way you can be seen more.
I was gonna say you're good. You got see, there's a gap right here.
Okay.
I'm staying like this right here.
You don't want to be seen that much, do you?
I just don't want to move, if I'm being honest.
So right now I'm looking at it. North Carolina's done really well, which I kind of expected that after watching the Duke game, seeing how they played. So I expected that. And again, St. Peter's. Shout out St. Peter's. Murray State in Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky was the bigger of the two wins right there.
Yes.
But also Miami knocked out Auburn fairly easily.
Yes.
One thing I will say about this, there's no way. I mean, all the brackets were broken. I think it was 1.6% after the first day remained. Second day, they were all broken. I mean, there's no way to predict what is going to happen in this March Madness. I mean, there's no way to predict. If I had to take my guess right now, I'm thinking that we're going to have a matchup of, I think we'll have Kansas. And then this is kind of like my final four thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have Kansas, and then I'm going to go with Iowa State, Purdue versus St. Peter's. I think St. Peter's they're going to be done dancing. Purdue's going to win. I think North Carolina's going to win. So, well, this is I'm bumping it down to the Elite Eight right now.
Yeah, I was going to say quarters.
And then I've got, I think Texas Tech will beat Duke. I think Gonzaga will beat Arkansas. I think Arizona will beat Houston. Villanova will beat Michigan. So now we've got it to Elite Eight. Then I think Arizona beats Villanova. Gonzaga beats Texas Tech. So there's your two up at the top. And then I think North Carolina, I think they're going to beat Purdue. I think Kansas is going to beat Iowa State. So then you have North Carolina, Kansas, Arizona, and
Did you say
Gonzaga.
Okay.
So those are my predictions on this upcoming games that are going to be played, which Gonzaga and Arkansas is tonight, I believe. No?
It's all starts tomorrow night. And
Oh, okay.
Friday and Saturday.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, so there's my top four.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, I think it's going to be Arizona. I think Arizona will win it.
I think Zona takes it.
Yep, I think Arizona will take it.
That point guard or shooting guard or whatever you classify him as, he's balling out over there at Zona. He put the team on his back these last couple games. He made the first team, all March Madness team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you and Henry on this. I mean, dude, anyone can win this. Everyone is just not playing like you'd think they would in some ways. Personally, I have Duke winning the bracket. Man, they scare me, though. Holy moly. Come on, Paolo, Mr. Banchero. I need you to beat Texas Tech this week, and I need you to take care of Arkansas or the Zags, whichever wins that one. Need you to pull through for me, buddy. I want to be right. But speaking of St. Petersburg, I also think they lose to Purdue. But I'm not going to lie to you. My team, Florida, we're out. We didn't even make it, to be strict with you. Yeah.
NIT, baby.
Yeah, NIT, and we already lost in that too. Whoa. But I wouldn't mind seeing the Peacocks win it all. A 15 seed, only because of you, Doug Eddert, your stash, your flow. You cracked me up these last 2 games. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't.
The white boy, the shooter. He's got a good stash, though. I'm not going to lie. I like a stash. I'd try to grow one, but I can't. But this guy is shooting phenomenally. Matter of fact, last game, he scored 7 straight, and then they gave it to him again because the game was tied at 60s. And then he scored 7 straight, and it was 67-60. And they fed him the ball, and he shot a 3, and it spun out, and he missed. But this guy just starts jogging back and just smiling, laughing. He's like, I'm just giving him some hope. And I thought that was so funny. And there was another one before he missed his 3. It swirled in and popped up, straight up. And, at that point, you're like, oh, is it going in or not? And he just goes, and it fell right into the hoop. I mean, he's feeling it. I thought it was funny that he had him on TV. But, I mean, he's putting up, I think it was like 22 and 18 or something like that in the first 2 games. I mean, that's against, like you said, Kentucky and Murray State, who's played really well. But I'm supporting you, Doug. Hope you do well. Michigan is doing a lot better than a lot of us thought they would as well.
Yeah. I was upset about the Tennessee losing.
I was too. I'm not even a Vols fan, but I wouldn't mind seeing them do good in basketball.
Yeah.
Especially since I know you're probably like me. We don't like the football team.
Hate the football team.
Exactly. But I don't really mind them in basketball just because we live here.
Yeah. I like them in basketball. That's my team in basketball.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, yeah, I still think Gonzaga chokes this somewhere. And I think if it's not next game, it'll be the one after.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. Drew Timme, like Henry said, he did. We watched him. After I got off work, we watched him, and he was a bucket. He did not miss. I don't know why they didn't start double-teaming him from Memphis. But they didn't. And he just kept hitting them with his hooks and layups and fed the ball where he should to Chet Holmgren, the tall, skinny white center.
He needs to put a little, I think he needs to go and eat.
Yes, I agree.
You need to go eat some cake.
Yes.
What else would you suggest? Get some protein.
Anything. Eat anything.
Yeah, just. I mean, I know you're a ginormo.
Oh,
you're dude. Are you a big dude? You're not fat big. You're tall big because you are as skinny as a toothpick, brother.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to put on some weight, otherwise you're gonna get knocked around a little bit. Now you're a good player, great player in college. You're doing really, really well in the tournament. I watched you the other day. You were balling out. Almost had a triple double, if I'm not mistaken, or almost had a triple double with blocks at one point. I think he had 7 or 8 blocks.
Yeah,
in one of the games.
I believe so.
But yeah, no. Get some food in you, brother, man. Get some food. It's not healthy to be that skinny.
No, it is not.
You know. Have you ever heard of the? Let's talk about this. Have you ever heard of the Dunlap disease?
Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
About the one where it's the?
Did I tell you this one already?
Belly.
It's where your guts done flapped over your belt buckle. That's what it is. For all the y'alls that didn't know what Dunlap disease is, that's what it is. But no, I'm gonna have to watch St. Petersburg. Did I interrupt you?
No, you're good. You didn't interrupt at all. But yeah, I agree with you. You should watch St. Petersburg. It's very interesting. I think because also they're the Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good Cinderella story when it comes to March Madness?
Yeah.
You know.
No, I agree with you. I agree. So, I think you were doing all the games. Keep going. You were doing all the games. I think you were on Iowa and Miami.
Iowa State and Miami. Honestly,
But hold up. What was your prediction on St. Petersburg and Purdue?
I think Purdue will win, but I'm really hoping St. Petersburg.
Okay.
But Iowa State and Miami, I didn't think either one would make it. I also think Iowa State may take it. Auburn was hurt with injuries. Their best player arguably was hurt, which is another reason I think Miami wins that game.
Okay.
They're struggling with injuries. that's another reason I actually picked North Carolina to beat Baylor right there in the bracket, because Baylor has 2 guys out. It's hard, especially when you're used to your rotation of like 8 guys in college. When 2 of them get hurt, that's hard. But I predicted Carolina to win that one, and I actually had UCLA there as well. I got UCLA winning, though, but I wouldn't be mad if North Carolina won, because that Manette guy, that guy's good. However you say his name, he's hooping. Yeah. And then I'm going with Duke over Texas Tech just because I want them to win. That's literally the only reason.
Yeah.
I got Zags beating Arkansas for now, and then I got Zona winning against Houston. Zona's on fire right now. They're doing well, even though the last one was close with TCU. But I got, sadly, I really, really hate to say it, but I got Villanova winning against Michigan.
I do too.
You're lucky, Matt. Just this one time. And then I got Kansas winning as well down there. And then down there with Kansas and Iowa State, I have Kansas locked in as my Final Four from the Midwest. I have Arizona beating Nova or Michigan, whoever wins it there. And then I'm going Duke over the Zags. I think that's where Timmy and company, Shet, Holgram, and whatnot, they're going to get roughed up a little bit. They're just not a very good physical team. And Duke's physical, which is a huge reason of why they're there. But, I mean, so is Texas Tech, so I can't wait to watch that. I think that'll be a stellar game. But then I have UCLA beating Purdue or St. Petersburg, whoever comes out from there. I'm going UCLA. And then I got Duke beating UCLA, and I got that'll be a fire game if it is Zona and Kansas. That'll be a good one to watch. But I think I got Zona winning that one. And then I'm going Duke over Zona in the final.
So is your bracket still? I feel like you're talking about your bracket, aren't you?
A little bit. Yep. It's
How
still alive.
Intact is your bracket? It sounds like you had all 4 that are still alive.
Yep. Still have all 4. The one that really messed me up was like the East right now. Mine's perfect. Besides St. Petersburg, obviously.
Yeah.
I had Kentucky down there. But I had North Carolina, UCLA. I had Duke and Texas Tech. I had Gonzaga, Arkansas. I had Zona, but I had Illinois, which just got upset by Houston. And then I had Nova, but I didn't have Michigan. So if Nova wins, it just keeps it alive for me there. And then I had Kansas and Iowa down there. But I had Kansas winning, so it didn't matter. So they're still alive.
Yeah.
And then down low is just messed up because Iowa State and Miami, I didn't have either one of them there.
Yeah.
They messed me up there. But I have Kansas winning that whole bracket, so I'm still alive.
Yeah.
On that. But
I didn't even make a bracket.
Should have.
I should have, yeah. But
it's fun and stressful.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to that, or you think you're good on that topic?
I think I'm good. I'm just ready to watch the games now, and then we'll have something to cover.
Hey, well, maybe we should get together and watch those this week.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. All right. So, final thing I want to talk about, just address it a little bit. Whole thing that happened with the UFC, Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal. I thought that was pretty low. Which of course we don't know all the details about it. But from what I understand, Colby was with the Nelk Boys. The Nelk Boys posted on their story the restaurant that they were at, and Jorge Masvidal showed up, cheap shotted Colby, knocked out one of his teeth, and I think he's facing battery. I think Colby's pressing charges. Granted, I don't blame him at all.
I would too.
Colby beat you fair and square, Masvidal. Fair and square. I know it sucks that you're no longer the king of Miami, but you're just not. Colby is 50-44, and that has to live in the back of your head for a while. But a cheap shot at a restaurant after Colby's been drinking. I mean, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Just kind of stupid to me. But, yeah. That's my opinion. Just kind of stupid. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's cheap. I thought Masvidal, this is not the time and place for that. you had your chance in the ring. I mean, as you know, I was going for Street Jesus in the ring, but I mean, he did lose fair and square. And then at that point, just let it go. If you're going to do something, at least challenge him to another fight or something, or try to. I don't know if they'd let him or not. But beyond that point, that's all you can really do. Because if you do something like this, I mean, come on. I don't like Colby, but I also would press. There's like he's there with other people, you know, in a public setting. He's just trying to do his ordinary life at that point. Like, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
I mean, and I mean, not only did you lose, I mean, Colby, if we're being honest, is destroying you inside and outside the octagon. Not only have you gotten yourself in trouble with the UFC probably now, but you have lost to Colby, and you're also facing some criminal charges coming your way.
Yep.
So, I mean, Jorge, who's the real winner, you know? You got a cheap shot punch. Colby beat you 50-44 very convincingly, and now could put you in jail potentially. So you just think about that, bud. I know you're probably not going to listen, but, you know, everybody that does listen, I don't know who agrees with me or not. I'm sure there's going to be people that side with Jorge, but I don't know. Definitely were some good Twitter memes out of it. They showed like different like clips of people fighting, and they were like, "This is probably how it went between Jorge Masvidal and Colby," and it showed like just some weird clips of people fighting and everything. But man, this episode was super fun, Ben.
Yeah, it was.
Me and Henry, I love debating. I love getting into debates. Me and Ben, we're very similar in our sports opinions. A lot of times, now granted, we don't always agree, but we're a lot closer than what me and Henry are in our views and beliefs on what's going to happen. But which makes for interesting conversation, and I enjoy it. Henry
does enjoy it too.
Yeah, I know Henry loves it, but man, I'm gonna have to figure out how to bleep some stuff out, Ben.
That Cleveland talk got him ramped up.
Well, it's not even. I mean, the Deshaun talk.
Yeah, well, he's at Cleveland now. If he wasn't,
yeah.
If he wasn't at Cleveland, if he wasn't at Cleveland, I don't even think that would have been brought up.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That was
we
funny.
haven't had a debate like that either, which I think was
with the Celtics and Warriors.
Yeah. Because I mean, granted, I think both of you are very biased, and I don't think either of your teams win it. If I'm being honest,
that's fair.
With both of you.
That's fair.
But I mean, who knows? It's just going to be who's healthier.
I mean, just statistics alone, I can back up everything I said about my Celtics. What did you say? 27-7.
22-4 in your last 26 games.
Okay. Well, there you go. 26 or 24. 22-4. There you go. Didn't know the complete statistics. I do know that they've had the best record since January. I do know that.
They do.
And I know they have been top 10 in both offense and defense since the start of the new year. I do know that Marcus Smart should be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. I do know the Celtics are legit a threat. I do know that. And I can back up what I'm saying, unlike Mr. Henry over here, who his team, yes, is injured, but was not playing great before Steph Curry got hurt. Was not. They weren't. They had lost. They had lost like probably I think it was like 4 out of their last 5 or something like that. So
they're in a slump.
I mean, it's two teams that are going on different trajectories, and the Celtics' trajectory, I'm sorry, Henry, is higher. So that's all I wanted to say at the end of that. Guys, we're going to have video for you this episode. You're going to see a little bit of Ben, and, our video is going to slowly get better and better as I learn this, as Ben learns this. We're working on it together. We're trying to figure it out. But, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you like, you subscribe, share. Come on, guys. Help us grow this podcast. Really trying to make it interesting. Really trying to work hard for y'all. So please, show some love to us. You good? You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace out.